name's Austin. I'm a GBR bobsleigh athlete and a business owner.
At the top six, and there is the very patriotically liveried sled of ads. Adam Baird, Ray Richardson in the foreground, Jens Huller, Austin Milward, Callum Dixon, the rest of the crew.
Yeah, and when we talk about self-funding, you know, it's not like paying £5 to enter a training facility. We're talking about £50,000-60,000 he has to find a season. So come on, boys, let's see what you can put down. They've been doing some fantastic stuff in training. They really, really want this.
Adam Baird, powerlifter, rugby player, bobslayer, and let's see what he can do now then. The big push required starts now.
Got a power session, so it's going to be hand cleans. The way I do my hand cleans is just like a discus throw. So rather than going full from the floor, like a traditional weightlifter, I put it in my hip crease and just fire it from there. Training and dedication for that specific sport. Obviously it's an Olympic sport. Everyone is gunning as hard as they can to try and get what they want. We all want the same thing, and everyone knows how to train hard, and how to train well. I think fundamentally in the sport, exceptional athletes that can do that bit. The bit that I've learned, and the real discipline and the real key, is the ability to then have a bit of self-control. Something that I got wrong last year was gunning myself and going full 100%, working hard. I felt like I was playing catch up to the guys that have been in the sport before. So we had guys that have been doing it for 4 or 5 years, and training with those guys, I had to go at 100% every single time. And fundamentally that caused me to get injured. The restraint that I've learned and the real discipline that comes with this sport is actually the ability to hold back slightly. Give your body the rest and recovery that it needs. And I think that is the real key and the real difference in personal discipline between working your body to the edge and actually having the understanding and long-term thinking process to put yourself actually on the right path of long-term success, which is fundamentally the goal. We're about 2 years, 18 months out from the Olympics now, and if I'm going to make that, I can't get injured again. It's not a safe sport by any means. I mean, you're going down a 90-mile-an-hour ice trench, essentially, with no seatbelt, in a drop top. It's not exactly a safe sport, but I love it. I love it. And you get to run full speed, and then you have to get in the thing as it's moving, downhill, at speed. I mean, it's nuts. What am I thinking? What am I doing? It's mental. And then you talk to anyone else that's kind of not in it. After you spend 6 months, and all you know is bobsleigh, and then you try and have a chat with someone about bobsleigh, and they go, mate, you're crazy. I go, yeah, I know. Obviously, working with a team within bobsleigh is very different to any other team sport. You are cooking together, you are sleeping in the same room, you are sharing toiletries. I mean, it's intimate, to be honest. It's close, and then you're also having to then compete against those same guys for positions within the team. So there's a lot of changes that go around, a lot of moving parts, and then some ways through the season, some guys are doing better than others, and it chops and changes. So you have to be able to separate the athlete from the person. So not only do you have to get on with the human to make a good team environment outside of the competitive, when you're on the track, but also you have to be able to flip the switch and go, right, I have to beat this person. We're not a sport where we've got loads of money and we've got loads of staff. We have to do things for each other. And for example, when we're doing the maintenance on the sled, someone might have to take an important phone call, and then you have to jump in and help them with the runner. And it's a million different things that go on. And you have to really have a really good team chemistry and trust each other, because this is a life or death sport. I was diagnosed with something called Graves' disease. You can see the old neck scar there. So I had a total thyroidectomy in 2019. But to get the full story, we have to go back slightly a little bit. So we'll go back to 2017. I was in Kenya at the time with my dad, and we are climbing up Mount Kenya, because of course we are. And then I was having real physical issues doing that. I was losing so much weight, really struggling. And then throughout that next year, it was, if I'm honest, it was horrific. I was seeing in real time not only my body deteriorate, but also my mind. And then just having that constant feeling of you're not even in control of your own body. And then eventually getting worse and worse and missing more days in school and not really understanding why. And eventually I got diagnosed with Graves' disease quite late. But by that point, I'd already missed almost a year of school. It was just during my A-levels. And I was in bed constantly, 6 days a week. And then eventually that turned into 6 days a week in the outpatients, which constantly getting ultrasounds, checkups, scans to try and figure out what was wrong. The diagnosis took a very long time. I lost myself, to be honest. I lost my rugby career. I couldn't train. I couldn't do anything. And from someone who was a promising young athlete to someone who just was a husk of a human. I mean, I had everything taken away from me, and that was exceptionally difficult. I was on a FaceTime call with my mum's friends from the States, and I've been hitting the gym, the COVID gym, for like 2 months. And then he goes, "Hey buddy, you're looking pretty big. You ever thought about playing football?" And I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, you should come over to the States or college in the States and come play football." I was like, "I could do that." I got an offer to go to San Jose State, Division 1, FBS. We're talking, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. It's the spring of 2022. I've been training my ass off and hit the deck, bang, pass out in the middle of the game, middle of a spring ball game. I get wheeled off. They think it's heat stroke. Turns out I've had an underlying recurrence of my Graves' condition. That cost me my football career. I knew I'd already been through it before, so I knew it was possible to get back. For me, my physicality has always been my outlet. It's been how I take care of my mental health. It's been how I take care of everything. And once I have my body in line, I know that the mind will naturally follow. But at the time, it just almost didn't feel like a choice. It was, right, just get back on it. Now, bobsleigh for me, being a GBR athlete, representing Great Britain at the World Championships, it means the world to me. Coming from a boy who thought he'd lost his athletic career to illness twice, it was really difficult. And actually now being someone where my goal is the Olympics, I'm not thinking about winning a gold medal at this point. I'm thinking about, if I can make the Olympics, that would make the little boy, the shy, ill, skinny little boy that I used to be, that's still in here, that would make him the most proud out of anything in the world. And that's my goal, and that's what bobsleigh's done for me.